Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Peter Tsai with Aortic Warriors. Here we have three special guests, and you're going to hear about their stories real quick. Well, we have Michael Tirado, Melissa Tirado, and Mia Tirado. Today, we are actually going to be talking about Mia. So, Mia, could you please tell us what's going on, how old you are, and what happened to you?
Okay, so I'm 12, and I basically had how do I put it, I had an aneurysm, and when I first heard that I had it, I was confused what it was and what was gonna happen to me, and just the process of it. And
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I can admit I was scared, but then when my mom and my dad they talked more about it, I understood. And then that's when
the MRI.
Yeah, the MRI
Testing.
Testing. And then we had another 6-month checkup. And
Wait,
I was
how old are you now? How old are you right now?
12.
So you're 12. You were 10 when you first found the aneurysm.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to get your age in there. Okay. What happened after you did the tests, the MRI?
So
the first was 2.5 centimeters.
Yeah, the first one was 2.5 centimeters, and then
6 months later.
6 months. Yeah, 6 months later, when I was getting a CAT scan, and when I went in for that, we had to wait for a long time. And then finally they told us that we had to go straight to the hospital, and we were confused. We were my mom was freaking out, oh my god, wait, what is going on?
Sure.
And they said it looked like there was 2, but it was growing.
Dissecting.
It was getting bigger and bigger. And so
it doubled the size.
Yeah, so it was 5
centimeters.
Yeah, 5 centimeters.
Oh, wow.
Usually first. And so we went to the ER, and we probably all looked like a hot mess because we were all crying.
Yes.
And then we stayed there for I think a couple of nights. And we finally got our room 5 hours later. And all the nurses were really nice. The hospital was really nice. They they talked more about it and everything.
Comforting.
And comforting me a lot. And then when it came surgery day, that night before I didn't even sleep at all, so I was so tired already as it is. And then I met the
surgeon.
Yeah, the surgeon, and then
vascular surgeon.
I don't know say that. I met the person who was gonna put the what is it called in me?
Anesthesia.
Yeah, anesthesia in me. And then that's the last thing I remember, seeing her and saying, "Okay, so then you're gonna go into surgery," and then that's all I remember.
Okay.
And then
she didn't have you count backward?
What?
She didn't have you count backward?
No.
No, I don't remember that.
They gave her something happy first, so she was just "Ooh, this feels good." She doesn't remember that though.
Okay.
And then all I remember is just waking up feeling sore, and then in the what was it called?
In the hospital room.
Right? The
intensive care unit.
Yeah. That's all I remember.
PQ. Pediatrician intensive care.
Okay, pediatrician. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So sorry, go ahead.
The funny thing was that when I first woke up, I remember saying that all I said was that I was hungry. It's the first thing I said. So yeah.
Wow. Did they? Okay. So your story was that at 10 years old you went to check and that you had an aneurysm. Now, what made you go check for the aneurysm? Did something happen that you had to go check for the aneurysm?
I'll jump in a little bit.
Yes, please.
When she was younger, about 8 years old, they heard a murmur at her pediatrician who suggested she see a cardiologist.
Okay.
And to look into why she has this murmur. Still at 8 years old, she was concerned about the sound of it. The cardiologist first said that it was labeled as a narrowing of the aorta.
Coarctation.
So
Correct, a coarctation of the aorta, and they wanted to monitor. So we were going every 6 months to get monitored and have an EKG done, which the heart was running perfectly. It didn't really know that anything was wrong. So that was why I guess it was left unfounded for so long. We ended up going to see a second doctor to just have a second opinion and see what they thought. And this doctor then found that it wasn't so much a narrowing. He saw an aneurysm. And that was when she was 10. And at first the aneurysm was small, but they said it was that watchful, that waiting period, that they wanted to see if it does grow, then it would have to be removed. But since her heart was operating perfectly fine, that they would just wait and hope that it wouldn't grow. But unfortunately, it did, and had to be repaired.
ASAP.
Right.
Yes. Right at 5, that's like the magic number they want to start operating on.
Yes.
Right.
And it doubled in size within a 6-month period, which is kind of very rare.
Yes.
They were, so
Scary.
yeah.
Was she playing football? I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't even let her.
Yeah,
we just walked around today and she's exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long was the surgery?
Felt like forever.
The actual procedure took 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh.
But but she was actually in surgery from 7 a.m. to about 5. They finally brought her out.
Right.
Yeah. Because they had to, the whole process of preparing or the prepping was cooling her body down. Took some weeks. Then the actual surgery, and then after surgery, post surgery, having her body temperature come back up to normal temps took a couple of hours. So we didn't get word back until about 5 p.m. When she was finally out in PQ.
Okay. I'm sure you finally let out a sigh of relief at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It felt like eternity.
Yes.
Those 9 hours felt like eternity.
Yes. I can't imagine, what's going through the parents' minds at the moment. Yes. Well, Mia, how are you feeling right now? 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks after the surgery.
I feel good. It's really just when I go to school, my back usually gets all sore, and I feel like I just want to go home and just lay down and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Medicine makes you feel a little.
Medicine sometimes make me feel dizzy, and I see dots and stuff.
Okay. What did they do to you? Does the parents remember? Was it a graft? Was it
graft? Yeah, they did graft.
Okay.
So the surgeon said that he was able to remove 7 centimeters of her aorta and replace that with a graft.
Okay.
She had a scan done just 2 weeks after surgery, and he said that it looked fabulous. That the technician couldn't even tell where the graft was because it looked like it just, fit perfect.
Blended in perfectly.
Okay. So her aortic valve is intact. They didn't have to change that?
No, they did not, thankfully.
Okay. Is she on any medication?
She is. She's on metoprolol for the high blood pressure.
Okay.
So they're still monitoring that. She still has a fluctuation between the left and the right side of her body. So we're hoping within time that would get better.
Balance out.
We're hoping soon because, it does make her feel very dizzy. And
yes.
So.
How about iron? Iron supplements?
They didn't suggest it, but I think that would probably she would benefit from that.
Okay. Maybe get a blood test and see what's going on with that.
Right.
That could be the reason why she's also... I'm not playing doctor, but just throwing out there. I am a doctor, but I'm not playing your doctor.
But you've been through it, so you probably
I've been through it.
know
I did
exactly
have to take iron supplements for, I would say, 6-8 months.
Okay.
Because but the time, mine was an emergent surgery, so I lost a lot of blood. The surgeon said that when they opened me up, there was blood everywhere because I was bleeding internally. But with yours, with Mia's, being that it was a planned surgery and it didn't rupture, maybe not. So maybe check with the doctor on that. Okay. But I do know that a lot of people who are taking blood pressure medication do have that energy, just fatigue, all of a sudden just knock out. So that has happened. So did the doctor say anything about her future, about, let's say, she can't do any weightlifting, or is there any, no strenuous exercise, anything like that?
No.
For now. But eventually she'll lead a normal life.
Okay.
Once 100% fully recovered.
Okay.
She can do those things she wanted to do before that she couldn't do.
Okay.
But for now, it's going to be at least a year before she's fully recovered.
Okay.
Right.
And she still has 2 broken ribs that she's healing from.
They had to break 2 ribs for the bypass machine, so that's something that is also hurting. It's probably hurting her the most at this point right now.
Yeah.
Being that it's on that side when she coughs, when she sneezes, things like that.
Sometimes when I sit down, it's usually my back though. Like when I sit down, I have to sit back and it hurts my back.
Her posture is not the best right now.
They didn't open her up to the front. They went from her shoulder blade to under her armpit. Right. To get to it, it was easier to get to it, the location that way.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, we saw that scar, and it was pretty drastic for someone who was only 12 years old. My goodness.
Right. I saw a lady even say, "That is not a 12-year-old." I said, and sadly, I wish that were true, but unfortunately, it's hers.
Yes. Wow, it's very definitely traumatic, but we're so happy to see how you are looking right now, Mia. You look really happy and healthy again. But again, what that's like us. People, oh, you look fine, right? Yeah, I'm fine on the outside, but inside I'm torn out, right? So you understand what I'm talking about, Mia. And now the parents understand too. So
for sure,
it kind of brings us all a new view of things, a paradigm shift, really.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, Mom and Dad, how are you doing with all this? We'll start with Mom. How are you doing throughout this whole process?
Well, it's hard, to see your baby go through something like that. No matter what her age is, she's always my baby. Even right after surgery, I think that was the hardest because no one prepares you to see what you're going to see when you walk into her room. Sorry, I'm going to get emotional, but they told me when you walk in, you're going to see your daughter with tubes and a lot going on. And I wasn't prepared because seeing her the way she was, swollen, and there were so many tubes and medications and lines going, I just didn't expect that. And then they even had her sedated, so she wasn't awake at the moment, which made it even harder that I didn't know when she was going to wake up, if she would wake up. You never know when it comes to surgery, especially all the risks going into it, that there's a risk of paralysis or anything. So in the middle of the night, they said, "Don't worry, she's not going to wake up. You'll see her in the morning." And about 3 in the morning, I see her arms wailing next to me. And thankfully, there was a nurse right outside the room. And I called to the lady. I'm going, Brittany, get in here. She's trying to pull the tubes out. She had all the breathing tubes. She wanted them out. And she just would not. She refused to just close her eyes and relax. And that I had the worst anxiety, panic attack right then and there because, seeing her choking and not being able to breathe, she wanted to take it out. So I had to leave the room because I couldn't even be strong for her. So I had to leave my husband in the room, and thankfully he was there. He could probably tell you what happened. I mean, she just wouldn't go back to sleep, right?
It was the worst of both my worlds, my wife and my daughter. Like to reiterate what she said, her only fear was waking up when she was intubated with the tooth in her. She didn't want that. She had 2 fears. One fear was to actually not be under anesthesia, where we all think she's under, and she watches too much TV. She felt like she was going to be awake doing surgery and feel everything being cut open and everything. You won't. When you're under anesthesia, you're knocked out, babe. The other fear was actually waking up when she was intubated. She didn't want to wake up with the tube in her throat, which happened. And she said 2, 3 in the morning, and seeing her like that and knowing that we couldn't take it out, it was just heartbreaking. Like you can't help your daughter. You can't, seeing your daughter like that, and you can't do nothing. You're pretty much limited to. It was just hurt. It was just hurt. And they actually tried to administer was it propofol? They were trying to give her 25 cc's of propofol, 50 cc's, 75, 100 cc's. She wasn't going to sleep. It wasn't knocking her out. They couldn't believe it. That should knock you out. She wouldn't go to sleep. She wanted those tubes out. But they weren't ready for it. They were hoping the next day, mid-afternoon, that they would take it out. They wanted to keep her intubated until noon the next day. But she wasn't hearing it. She wanted to wake up. She wanted them out. And like my wife said, she she had an anxiety attack. So imagine both, I'm getting on both sides. My daughter's trying to take her tube out. My wife's having an anxiety attack on the floor next to me. I got to try to remain calm for everybody. It's hard. It was pretty tough. And,
Yes.
And thank God I was able to run outside to check on my wife, and I saw the nurses were tending to her. She was okay. I got her to relax, ran back in the room, and the surgeon, a cardiologist on duty, decided, let's just take it out. And like Mia said, they took it out, and the first thing she said was, "I'm hungry. When can I eat?" they were all like in awe, like in shock. Like they even nicknamed in PQ, her nickname was a swan. They nicknamed her the swan. In PQ. It was just, it was just like a humbling experience,
Yes.
As a father, some of us are a little tough on our girls. We don't want nobody picking on them,
Right.
taking advantage of them. So I'm a little, but just seeing my daughter go through that, it
was scary.
It made me cry now. Nothing like that in the world,
No.
It was tough. It was tough.
Yes.
But we didn't leave her bedside for 2.5 weeks. We didn't leave her bedside, It was almost like we were in surgery. We experienced the surgery with her. That's not what we weren't under the knife, but we were there. It was pretty tough. Tough.
Yes.
Like she said, you have your father. Seeing your baby, you don't want that. You rather it be you than your baby.
Yes.
And like I said, me being my wife and my daughter, it was just rough trying to be strong for her and for her.
Yes.
And myself.
Yes.
Just rough.
Yes.
She made everything seem like a little easier, so it made us strong.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, she was the strongest of everyone. Even with the tubes, every day they took one thing out, and
as she progressed, they were removing tubes, which is it was like going to the championship for us.
Yeah, the semifinals and yes.
Yes. Tomorrow, Mr. Tirado, we're taking out this tube. We were like, yes.
She's getting better. She's getting better.
Yeah.
Day by day, she definitely did.
So, how many days were you in the hospital, Mia? Do you remember how many days you were in the hospital?
Probably
all together.
All of them are 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. So 14 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mia, do you have anything you would like to say to any kids out there that may go through this anytime? Because a lot of people will be watching this video of what you went through, what the mom went through, what the dad went through. And what would you say to someone who's 10 years old, 12 years old?
I know it is young age, you're like, what is that? And it is confusing, but once people talk to you more and more about it, you'll understand it more, and just stay strong and don't think about anything negative. Just stay positive and just trust them. Yeah, you'll get through it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. And your strength, as you know, help with your parents.
Sure.
You should. I hope you know that, and even though you might be hurting inside, I think. Maybe even on the outside you try to be strong, but just whatever you go through, let somebody know, so you're not holding stuff on the inside and just feeling that nobody understands, that you have to go through it on your own. You don't have to. So just make sure you reach out to somebody. Okay. How about mom and dad? Do you have anything you would like to share about being a caregiver to such a young child and going through this stuff for the past 5-6 weeks?
Right. Between courage, prayers, and positivity, I think are the 3 things that just kept me going, and I think will keep everyone else strong. It's not an easy surgery, and her going through it, just being by her side. We had the option of leaving, but I'm sorry, I would not leave.
Yes.
I slept next to her, and I would do it all again just to be by her side, because I think that all of us being strong and being there for each other at that time with the positive thoughts and prayers that everyone gave to us helped us get by.
Okay. Michael, anything you'd like to add?
Just seeing her, how she handled the whole situation, how she went through it. I call her, I nickname her my warrior. She's my cookie. I call her my little cookie, but she's my warrior. Seeing her go through that, you know, it's just made me realize a lot. You know, just I can't even put it into words, man. It's just, you know, she definitely, she's a lot stronger than me. A lot stronger than me. You know, she definitely, you know, it's humbling. It's humbling. And just to see her, you know, make it through this, you know, the way she did. Man, it's better than any gift in the world, man.
Yes, definitely. To see, to see our children be okay again. That's
right.
Better than anything. Okay. Anything else, Mia, you would like to add to any of the new survivors out there, young or old? No? Okay. All right. Well, it was really awesome and an honor to meet all three of you. And thank you for spending the time with me and sharing your story, Mia, and the parents, you know, sharing your story and how you went, you know, what you went through. And we would love this video to motivate and inspire other people out there, so they know that they're not alone. Having such a tight-knit family like you guys have, I think it's awesome having that support. And Mia, again, thank you for being so strong for your parents. Continue to be strong, just like our bracelet says. Never stop living, stay strong.
That's right.
Okay. So I should send you one.
Yeah.
Send all of you one.
We need the hat and the shirt. We're getting everything.
Sure. Well, the hat and shirt, you're going to have to wait till next year. You know, today was actually our walk, September 9th. Walk. So, yeah, next year, hopefully you will join us on the walk. Oh. Looks like, I hope we didn't lose you.
There it goes. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Okay. All right.
No.
That's it. So thank you. Thank you very much for your time. And I guess it's time to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.